Every music that you make, there's a purpose. You've never, put out music or even, step out to say things without, a purpose driving it behind. I'm a big follower of, MOP.
Thank you for that.
I'm a big follower, of, also, you yourself, when you get out there and you share, all of the illuminations that you share for the people. So I know there's also a purpose behind this one. What is the purpose behind it?
Purpose of the whole project as a whole. The title of the album is Heavier Yet Lays the Crownless Head. I could go into the semantics of that, like heavier yet being like like the old funk slang for when your music is heavy, like it's heavy, and I'm bringing a new album, so this album is heavier yet, but it's just half of what the album title really is, which is a play on the fact that we always say heavy lays the head that wears the crown. Yeah, we hear that, but heavier yet lays the crownless head. That we the people must now begin to look beyond the excuses that the elites of this world give us for not performing their duties and their responsibilities. The excuse the elders give us as well for not performing their duties and their responsibilities. Talking about what are the youth doing? With what resources are we meant to do what? With what resources, and with what experience? You're supposed to be the ones to create what we do. That's how nations work. So this song also is part of that story. Because the whole project, when it drops in October 4, will make more sense as a story. This is the volume 1. I'm still going to do the volume 2 probably next year. Heavier Yet Lays the Crownless Head, volume 2, the final part of the story. For me, in terms of people must begin to embrace their own innate value. We must move beyond that time in Africa where we believe as African people we are not valuable if we cannot afford European things. This is the mantra that the ruling political and business elites want us to believe to mask their failures. So they want you to believe that they are something because they are the best and most valuable people because they can afford the best and most valuable thing, regardless of their character, regardless of their lack of accomplishments, really. To have a nation with so much resources and so much manpower and talent, and not to really be able to bring that nation to the 21st century, that young people in Africa cannot really fulfill their true potential. No matter your dream, you better add some skit making. And I mean, we live in a country where nation building jobs are being sidelined for service industry jobs. Accountants are becoming cake makers. Lawyers are becoming tailors, engineers are now making shoes instead of building bridge. At least they're giving a heel. You put bridge
and all of
between
this
your
is
heel.
because people want to survive.
Yeah, people have to survive. But when they do, if there was a national development project going on in this country, these people would not have to do that.
Their potential will shine through brighter.
Exactly. Our engineers will be building roads, building bridges. We don't need to go and call some white man to still be building road in Africa in 2024. Directing Africans. Oh, sorry. That's my flask. Directing Africans to carry this thing, put it there. You put this one there. Join this one together. I mean, come on. We graduate thousands of engineers every year from our higher institutions. Where's the investment in their capabilities, and then we complain about Japa, The only problem I have about Japa is, the Japa of no return. That's the one I don't like. Yeah, go and make yourself better. Go and make yourself fulfill your potential out there. Is your resources there? I always tell the Europeans because I have a lot of racists that come to me and say, why are you coming to our country? Even some Africans, stupid, crazy Africans say that to me. Why do you go to Europe and perform to be a singer? Because Europe comes to take my resources. The moment Europe and America stop taking resources from Africa for free, we too will stop going there. We are not migrating, we are following our resources, If resources, if it's not working in our country, we want to go and see where it's working. We want to go and see where it's working. It's our right. You come, you take it's a spiritual, no, I'm telling you, it sounds like a joke, but there's a spiritual attachment between the people and their resources, You even call it fossil fuel to some extent. What is fossil? Dead ancestors, basically. You're sucking our dead ancestors out of the ground. you know, you think we're not going to follow it to see what it is doing. Oh, well, we are coming by sea, by air, by desert, by road. Anyway, we are entering, we are swimming. You know, they see our rafts. Bro,
You know, heavier yet is the head, you know, without the crown, which means it's time for the people also to do more. You know, that's it. I perceive that, you know, from when I'm hearing that. But let's play this song and then we'll come back to this conversation.